What's good, everybody? This is Nur Hussain Warsi from Learn to Link. So, this is the second part for the joins. So, in this video, we'll be covering the full outer join, the cross join, the cell join. So, let's get started. So now I'm on my Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio, and before starting to learn more for the full outer join, let me tell you how does the full outer join works. So basically the full outer join is the combination of the inner join, the left join, the right join. Let's see how. So as you can see on my screen that I've got all these three joins, which is the inner join. So this is table number 1 and table number 2. So the how the inner join works, in which we have seen the also in the previous video, but just to give you here the quick refresher for the joins which we covered in the previous video. So if you're not watched that video, just go first, watch that video and come to that video and continue. So now let me tell you that the inner join works in a way that these are the two tables. So inner join will fetch the values of the column who has the common values in between them. For suppose table 1 has A, B, C value columns and table 2 has C, D, E. So what inner join will fetch? Inner join will fetch the values for column number C, which is common in between two. And now the left join will work in a way that first it will run the inner join, which is this part, and after that it will fetch all of the remaining value from the left table. Now the right join again will do the inner join first, and then after that it will return all the records from the right table. But what full outer join will do, full outer join will run first the inner join, which is this part, means the common value between two of the tables, and then it will fetch the values from the right table left over, and then after this one it will fetch the values from the left table. So now I'll execute the query for the full outer join so you guys can have a clear idea how does it even work. So let's go back to our SQL Server Management Studio. So now I'm on my SQL Server Management Studio. So as you can see on my screen that I've got two tables. This table is the table employees and this table is the table department. So I'm running again the queries for the inner join so you guys can have a better idea that how will the full outer join would work. So I'm just executing the query for the inner join. So what do we need? We need to fetch the employee name and the department they belong to. Okay, so I'll execute this query. So you can see that I've got here the employee name and the department name, but it is returning the column values which are common in between both of the tables. I'll execute my employee table again so you can have the better idea. Right till now it is returning me the value record till Rahab, but if I execute it again and show you, so I have got two more employees but they are not coming in. Why? Just because the reason is that if you can look over here that I have got D1 and D2 which is common in this department table, D1 and D2, but here if you can see I've got D10 and here D3 and D4. That's why it is not returning these values. So I'm just getting the values which are common in between these two tables till D2. So I'm getting records till Rahab, which is number 4. So now I'll execute the query for the left join. Okay, so as I told you that left join works in a way, it first runs the inner join, which is the common column, and then after running the inner join it returns all the leftover values from the left table. So what it is doing here, it is returning the values of D1, D2 with the inner join. Till here the inner join is working, and after this here the left join comes into play. So it is returning the value D10, but now I'm getting the null value here just because the department name in my select statement does not satisfy this condition. So As I already told you before, that the positioning in the join is quite important, because I'm after from what I am getting here, that is the employee name. Before the left join statements, it will return me the value these, and what is after the department, what is after the you know after the join command. So it is the department table. So what it will do, it will fetch me the values after running the inner join from the left table, which is the employee. So I'm getting the rest of the employees. Okay, now I'm running the right join command. Okay, so right join, again right join works in a way that it is running up till here, the inner join, which is d1 d2 common records, and after that it is returning the value from the right table, which is the department. So till here the inner join executed, and after that the right join executed. Now it is returning me the additional two departments. So that was just the quick refresher for all the inner join, left join, and the right join. Now coming over to the main part of our today's agenda, what is the full outer join. So I have written up the query. So I'll execute this query and you'll see how it works. So I'm executing this. So now, as you can see on my screen, that up till here, till HR and this employee name Rahab, it is running the inner join. Okay, and after that it ran the left join, which is returning the leftover values of the employee table, and after completing the left join, it is now running the right join, which means that it is returning me the values of the department which were left before over here. So that's why the outer join works in this way, that it runs the inner join first, then either the right join, the left join here, and then the right join. So it is quite easy. Now moving forward to the next part of our today's agenda, that is the cross join. So let me tell you that the cross join is join that returns the Cartesian product. So first I'll write the query and then I'll let you know how does it work. So select e dot, so I'll write the query select now from need to change the select from employee, giving it alias. Now I'm just mentioning cross join department D. And what do I need to fetch over here? I need to fetch the employee name. I'll join employee name, comma, D dot department name. So the cross join does not need this on statement, which basically can work as a hook in between these joins. So we will not write this on statement, just because the cross join works in a way it matches the elements of first table to the elements of the second table, or you can say that the elements of the right table to the elements of the left table. So I'll execute it and you'll see. Now here you can see that on my screen that it has returned me the output that is like 24 records. So it has matched my every employee. We had employee till Salman with every department name. Okay, so I have got like 6 employees. I'll comment it at 6 employees, and I've got 4 department. So it is returning the Cartesian product in a way that it is multiplying my number of employees with the number of department. So 4 times 6 is 24. So that's why it is returning me the 24 records. So even to make it more easy, you can say that it is basically not joining the table. It is basically matching, or it is comparing the elements of first table, the left table to the right table. That's pretty easy. Main reason, or the the cross join can be successful. My supervisor comes in and asks me to fetch the employee name, their department, and also the company name and location. So for this, I have created another table, which is a company table. So this company table has just one record. The usage of cross join can be useful in a way if you just need to compare this single record of one table with all the records of the other table. So I have written the query over here, which says that select, now I've given the alias to my employee table, E dot employee name, D dot department name. I need the department name. Now for the company table, I also give the alias to C. The company, I need company ID and the company location. From employee table, here is the alias E. I'm now joining the by using the inner join with department on the condition where department ID E dot department ID is equal to D dot department ID. So basically this is the joining condition for my inner join. But to join this single record with my these two tables, so I have written the query as cross join company and I've given it the alias C. So I'll execute it. So here you can see that it has joined the single record which has the company ID and location to these basic employee name and the department name. So now I'm here again getting the four records, which means and it is just looking for the common records in between these two tables as we discussed earlier. So D1 D2 was common in between employee name and the department name, so it has fetched the employee name and department name, and with this help of this cross join it has basically joined these two from my company table. So that was all for the cross join. Now moving forward to the next and the last part of our today's agenda, and that is basically the cell join. So basically the cell join works in a way that it is used to connect a table to itself. So basically in cell join, what we will be doing, we will be joining a table to itself. For your reference, I've created a table, select all from, have this table. So I have this table that is NAD University, in which you can see that I have got four columns in which there is a student ID, student name, instructor ID, and the department. Okay, so by using the cell join, I'll be joining the table with itself. So if you can see on this table that there are some students with the student's name and also their instructor's ID. So in this table, there are some students who are instructors. So I need to fetch the students who are instructor and their departments. So I'll start writing the query, select from Indian University. I'm giving it alias as a student, cell join condition. Now again I need to join this table with itself. So I will again fetch the table NAD University, and now I'll give it the alias instructor. Now this is very important part, the joining condition. So we know that in our student table, in this student table we have the instructors. So I'll join it in a way, student dot instructor ID, and I also know that in my instructor I have the student ID. So I'll join instructor dot student ID. Okay, and now I'll select, I need to know the name of the students who are instructors too. Instructor dot student name as instructor, and now I also need the department, so instructor dot department has instructor department. So now we are done. I'll execute this query. Okay, so it's giving me an error. I'm so sorry. It does not fetch if you are working in another environment. So we just have to use the inner join query to self join the table with itself. So okay, so I have got these three instructors who are also students who are also instructors. So Tawqir Ahmad, Faizan Ahmad, and Noor Hussain along with their departments. So how did the SQL executed? So first we split the table and join it with self. So what I did, I just write the select statement, and from NAD University I gave it here the alias as a student, and then I inner join it with again itself with the table NAD University, and I gave here it as the alias instructor. Okay, and now on my joining condition, what I did basically use this table, that is the student. I use this alias, and I know that in my student I have the instructor, so I connect the instructor ID with the same instructor table having the student ID. I'll show you how it worked. So you can see that I have this instructor ID here who are into the students as well. So here 11045, the student ID, who is here the instructor of Noor Hussain. Okay, and this is student ID 13002, who is the instructor of here in SN Manzoor. So I have the students who are the instructors. So I use this student dot instructor ID and I joined it with the instructor again with the student ID, because in my structures I have the student. So this is basically the joining clause, and which is very important to know, and that's how we join this table. So I'll execute it. So I got the students who are also the instructors along with their respective department. So that was all from my side today. If you have liked the video, just make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, bye.